Every country makes decisions on how to govern, improve people's welfare, and how to partner with others. Many countries have different reasons for choosing their partners, ranging from foreign policy, trade, and development. All of these factors are considered for the mutual benefit of the two, with the hope that citizens will be the major beneficiaries. European Union is one of several partners that Malawi has bilateral relations. The development cooperation between the European Union (EU) and Malawi dates back to 1976 when EU opened its first office. Like with other countries in Africa, Caribbean and Pacific, ACP Group, this cooperation is based on the Cotonou Agreement of 2000, 2005, and 2010. The main aim is to promote development and reduce poverty. In Malawi, EU funds are coordinated by the National Authorizing Officer, NAO Support Unit, in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning and Development.
The establishment of the National Authorizing Support Unit was part of the changes that the EU were making in the financial framework of engaging countries in the what we call African, Caribbean and Pacific group of countries that receive aid from the EU. So it was a requirement then to establish an office within the recipient countries called the National Authorizing Support Unit. And in 2003, the Malawi National Authorizing Support Unit became into being. But then perhaps you would want to know who is the National Authorizing Officer in Malawi. In Malawi, the EDF, what we call the European Development Fund National Authorizing Officer, who is recognized by the EU, is the Minister of Finance. So currently we can talk of Honorable Kudo Bondwe. So it's a bona fide unit under the Data and Aid Division in the Ministry of Finance, and to coordinate the EU support.
The head of unit explains about some of the projects and programs that have been funded by the EU in the recent past.
You have the law faculty unit at the Chancellor College that was constructed by the EU resources. We have rehabilitations to several courts for the judiciary. It was done by the EU. When we come to roads, the Lilongwe-Nsipe Road, it's EU. Chikwawa and Chalo Road, it's EU. And then we have what we usually know as Kwekwerere. That's EU resources. And at some point they also supported the construction of hospitals, and we have Vigilangelo Hospital that was constructed by EU resources. Yeah. When we come to governance is usually one area that is so difficult to showcase anything. But this is also an area that the EU has been very, very active. Everybody knows about National Initiative for Civic Education. Those are financed by EU resources. And just the ended tripartite elections, the EU supported with 9 million euros. So you can say that the EU has been very, very active. We have projects in agriculture. For example, we have what we call Farm Income Diversification Program. We have Nzuzu Coffee that received a grant from Farm Income Diversification Program, and it actually kickstarted the whole business with Nzuzu Coffee. And you have farmers that are growing apples in Mpompa, that's FIDIP. You have farmers that are rearing dairy cow in Cholo, that's FIDIP. We have quite a lot of support in public works under the Rural Infrastructure Development Program, which is translated from IGBWP. So we have quite a number of district roads that have been done by the EU.
Economic and governance is one sector that the EU has particular interest in. This is done in the belief that poverty reduction efforts can be realized by strengthening democratic and governance institutions, promoting accountability and fostering the rule of law. A notable program in the sector is the Democratic Governance Program, which promotes access to quality justice, increased restorative and victim-friendly approaches in formal or informal justice systems. In addition, It promotes improved democratic accountability and oversight to ensure that Malawians know and understand that they are able to claim their rights and services. The projects implemented by partners in this sector ensure delivery of quality services in strategic public institutions. One project in the sector is the provision of electric cooking pots in 17 prisons across Malawi. A visit to Nkhotakota, Maula and Chikwawa prisons reveals that the EU support to Malawi prison services has improved service delivery to inmates. For a long time, improvised cooking facilities that were less hygienic and labor-intensive were being used. The supply of these electric pots, courtesy of the EU, is therefore a sigh of relief.
Mipiga magetsi imene tikugwiritsa pano imene alithandizibwera la EU yathandiza kwambiri. Nthawi zino ndende zathu ndizodzaza ndi anthu amene amabwera ngati omangidwa akaidi ndiye kuphika kuti tiwaphikire anthu onse monga ngati pano pamaola nthawi kuti ndi anthu onse 2500 kuphika monga mbiri mogwiritsa ntchito pa nkhuni nthawi zimatenga nthawi amayamba mwina kuphika oyambira mmawa mpaka nofika madzulo mwina usiku kumene kumubwera kwa miphika ya magetsi imene athandizibwera EU tikamuphika mwina yambira masiku soko imafika 2 kuti makhati tamaliza kuphika konse. Ndiye chachikulu chimene chathandiza kwambiri kuti pano project ya EU yathandiza kwambiri njira imeneyo.
On the economic front, EU is also promoting the improvement of trade statistics and information systems in order to enhance the capacity of government departments to generate, process and package trade information and statistics. The aim is to spur economic growth with readily available trade information for investors. The project is implemented by the National Statistical Office. The Assistant Commissioner sheds more light on what the program is all about.
On the part of the National Statistical Office, I can say we had some challenges actually in financing the data collection exercises that we conduct, because as you might be aware that one of the mandates of the National Statistical Office is to collect and compile statistics. So one of the statistics that are collected and compiled by the National Statistical Office are the trade statistics. Now, before this funding came into being, we had problems in funding those activities, so much so that our data was far much behind. We had huge lags. But with the financing from the EU, it has improved both the quality of the information that we are collecting, but also the timeliness. As I'm talking right now, for our trade statistics, we have statistics, monthly statistics up to October 2015. But apart from the trade statistics, the project also is assisting us in collecting data for the Business Information Register. The Business Information Register, it's a list of all businesses that do exist in Malawi that are known to NAO. So our officers go out there to collect information on all these businesses, whether they're small, medium or large. So the project has also assisted us in updating our Business Information Register.
Another initiative under governance is the Village Mediation Program that is being implemented by the Paralegal Advisory Service, PASI. This is a community-based diversion and mediation scheme that promotes restorative justice by enabling people to settle conflicts outside the formal justice system. It is in 7 districts of Salima, Mchinji, Lilongwe, Mzimba, Blantyre, Mangochi and Zomba.
Kalero di milandu yochuka kwambiri kwa panopa milandu imwe yofika kwa ife tawizana mangota chifukwa kuti tunaona kusintha kwa milandu inayoyambirira panopa alipo anzathu amene nkhani ndi zinazi mukadandole kwa iwo akakuthandizani ndi pali kusiyana kwakulu kuchoti chiwerengero panopo cha milandu ndicho chepera kusiyana chifukwa yanga.
In addition, the EU support in the governance sector is channeled to National Initiative for Civic Education, where they supported the civic and voter education during the 2014 tripartite elections. The EU further supports the agriculture and food security sector in Malawi. This is the largest component in the operations of the NAO support unit. Its general objective is to contribute towards increased household income and improved food security through more sustainable management of natural resources. Notable programs in the sector are Farm Income Diversification Program, FIDP, Rural Infrastructure Development Program, RIDP, Support to Agriculture Sector, Wide Approach and Greenbelt Initiative, ASWAP, ASWAP, GBI, and Promoting Responsible Land Governance for Sustainable Agriculture. Taking only a closer look on FIDP, we see varying impact that the program has had across the country. The program's purpose is to increase food security and income levels of rural households and encouraging business development and employment, as well as improving marketing of agricultural products in selected communities. This is a definite response to the fact that 85% of Malawi's population live in rural areas and depend on subsistence agriculture. Many of them live below the poverty line. In Salima, beekeeping was promoted to enhance farmers' livelihoods. Over 450 farmers are into beekeeping enterprise. The initiative has yielded some positive results and ensured food security at household level.
Mbuyo mutimangochita ulimi winawo mali machimanga thonje yani komano mmene tidadzaphatikizira ulimi wa njuchiwu timaona kuti tikuthandizika kwambiri chifukwa ikakhala kuti wochiwo watilola chaka chimenecho tikakolola ndalama zimenezo zimatithandiza kugula fetereza kuthandizira ulimi kumene wena nyumba zamalata kumene akhoma chifukwa cha kuthandizidwa ndi ulimi umene wa njuchiwu.
In Rumpi, the Agriculture Sector Initiative has, among other things, helped farmers start cultivating apples, a rare but nutritious fruit in the surrounding communities that attracts money on the local market.
EU apena tingati afidipa apangapo zinthu zingapo. Choyamba anaphunzitsa manasale mene kuti production ya manasale ikhalepo kwa alimi kuti alimi asazavutike kuyang'ana mbewu kuti ayipeza kuti. Chachiwiri timangira nyumba yomwe ili ya storage ili kumphomba yomwe imatha kusunga katundu osachepera mwina 300 tons. Chinaso anaphunzitsa alimi luso losiyana-siyana lokhuzana ndi ulimi wa maaposi.
The sector further promotes cash crops, as smallholder farmers in sugarcane production are also beneficiaries of EU support. Kasintulaken Growers Association in Chikwawa is one of the schemes utilizing EU funding. It has a total membership of 762 local farmers. They received 500,000 euros to help the farmers improve their sugarcane production through the use of modern irrigation technologies like these. As a result, sugarcane yield output has improved and more farmers joined the association to improve their livelihoods.
Thandizo limene lilo latipindulira kwambiri imene ya European Union anatipasa poenjezera business yathu ndi mapivot okwanira 6 amene ndanena kale kuti kwapangiridwa benefit alimi okwanira 200 mu phase 3 zotere kuti pali kusintha kwakulu kumene kwachitikanso kwa alimi amene wachifoti anali muzosowa zambiri pa moyo wakuno kumudzi chifukwa cha kuvuta kwa kabwedwe ka mvula. Choncho ndi ulimi wa irrigation wathandizira alimi amene akutukula makomo awo maka kumanga nyumba za malata komanso ena kugula njinga za kapalasa ena ziweto ngakhalenso kutumizana ku sukulu komanso kuli mwayi wa ntchito kumene anthu ena akutha kupeza mwayi wa ntchito kudera lino.
In Doha, under the Farm Income Diversification Program, FIDIP, a farmer in Nachisaga EPA is cultivating macadamia. The crop fetches a high price on the market, with a kilo selling over 2,000 kwacha. He now runs a warehouse and trains fellow farmers from far and wide in order to upscale production of the crop within the surrounding communities.
Ili ndi alimi 36 akuchoka madera osiyanasiyana kuno kudowa. Timachitira ulimi wathu pamodzi, timakumana kamodzi pamwezi nkumakambirana za ulimi umenewu, mavuto amene tikuwapeza ndipo tingathetse bwanji kagulitsidwe ka mbewu imeneyi ndi mtengo wa mbewu imeneyi amene amatigula mbewu imeneyi kodi tingapititse patsogolo bwanji ulimi umenewu. Tsono ndizo zimene timakambirana kulimbikitsana mumachita exchange ma views nkumakambirana kumathandizana ku solve ma problems ya mitengo ni mavuto amene tikuwapeza zonsezo ujeni njira ya ma cooperative imatithandiza kwambiri. Timabweretsa pamodzi ujeni mbewu zimonga pamodzi. Tsono timachita negotiate mitengo ndi wotigula pamodzi. Tsono zonse ujeni njira ya cooperative yochitira ntchito pagulu yotithandiza kwambiri.
The most remarkable program that proves that taking farming as a business can lead to greater heights is support to Mzuzu Coffee. EU support has enabled this locally produced product to become an internationally renowned coffee brand. This is testimony that formation of cooperatives can elevate small-scale farmers to an unimaginable greatness.
The impact of EU support to Mzuzu Coffee is clearly shown in the incomes of the smallholders who have been participating in this project as to how much they are earning, and that has increased. The average incomes now are quite high, and you can see the changes in the livelihoods of the farmers who are participating in this program. They are building nice houses, they are pushing in their solar powers, and they have improved by sending their children to better schools, private schools, and that has been very conspicuous. And in our impact survey, it came out very clear that the farmers have really benefited from this grant.
Traveling up north, EU supported farmers at Hara Rice Scheme Cooperative to boost their rice productivity per unit hectare. As of now, the cooperative is able to sustain its operations through value addition on their products.
Uvwiri kuti vyose vizichitike nati ni uvwiri weno tikapokera kwa nitu wa European Union na boma la Malawi kwizira mbungwe la FDP. Uvwiri wakotovwira kwa kuti chinyumba ichi tilipo hapa wakatizengera ndiwa FDP plus esu machine haya nayo hapa haya distona milling machine na grader vyose hivi wakatovwira manyitu wa FDP wakalekera so hapo yae wakatipasa so ndalama za starter pack zenzo tikagulanga fetereza kupereka ku balimi pangongole kuti ulimi wawo uende makora facha fetereza oyo tasesu zinyaki tikagula mbewu kakuti mbewu iweme ndi kufunyaso mpunga wenu wakuti ngwa quality so ndalama hizi nasi katovwira kuti tigule vichi tilime mpunga wenu.
Further, the cooperative supports the surrounding communities such as child care centers.
Zinthu zimene cooperative yachita yapangisa kuti community ichite benefit ndi zinthu monga ngati timapereka thandizo la chakudya ku ma primary school amene atizungulira ndi ma community based child care amene timapasa chakudya ziphika phara ziphikirana m'masukulumo komanso maphunziro amene amachitika panopo ngakhale timaphunzitsa ma member a cooperative koma ena pa zamalimidwa mpunga kalimidwe kama katsopano ena amaphunzira konso nakuposa amapindula nako.
Chishedi chinocho yamenkhana chishedi chino anatimagira ndi ayiwo malika ndi mgwirizano umene tinasainana iwo ndi ifewo amene atimagira chani chishedi ichi komanso nthawi yambuyo zibwelibweli zathuze timayaya monga mashopu amauzuwe zinthu zoti zikabwera mvula zimatha kutani zimatha kunyowa koma panopo timayaya pamalata apa yoti apa pa bizinesi chaka chathunthu timakhala kutani kodi tikupanga bizinesi komanso alendo akabwera panopo akachiona chinthu chamata chimene chichi kamafotokozera kuti aiyu ndamene timakiya zimene chichi amakhala ndi chidwi kwambiri chifukwa zibwelibweli amaziya ngati kutumwa wake amaopa ngati aforest acha kuti atikagula panopo nomakafurisa takutiranda koma tikawafotokoza kuti ichitana timakhala ndi aiyu kuchoka mugiza mwa forest zinthu zimayenda kubwino.
The sector seeks to reduce poverty through enhanced regional integration based on a sound multimodal transport policy. Most road networks in the country were constructed or rehabilitated with funds from EU, making transportation easy and reliable. This is the 29-kilometer-long New Chikwawa-Bangula Road. Previously, traveling on this road was hectic and nightmarish. Nowadays, however, the road is well marked and reinforced with necessary signposts to ensure maximum safety for road users. Similar construction works were done on the Dedza-Golomoti Road and several other road networks in the country.
mbali amayendedwe ndiophweka kwambiri kusiyana ndi kale. Pano pa nthene iliyonse ukhoza kunyamuka kupita kumene ukufuna kwa magalimoto ndi ambiri kusiyana ndi kale monga nthene akale imakhala galimoto imodzi ikadutsa imene ndi kuti basi simungayembekezerenso ina. Panopa mbali amayendedwe ndimene kuti nthene iliyonse olo usiku ukhoza kukwera galimoto upita kumene ufuna. Pamene ngati mbali business athu chifukwa cha kudutsa kwa azungu ambiri panopa so timagulitsa timakhulupirira kuti nthene iliyonse tikayika mwina kesi zingatheke mpaka utha wiki osagulitsa yayo ngakhala kuti business yazibwelibweli imakhala ngati osadalika kwenikweni komabe timagulitsa kusiyana ndi kalero. Chifukwa kalero zimakhala zoti ikangoti adutsa galimoto kandi imodzi ngati simunagulitse ndi kuti basi mudzidziwa kuti apa zavuta wiki. Komanso ngakhala anthu ooda amatha kuchoka kutali ngati ena amachoka Cape Town South Africa amabwera chifukwa cha mayendedwe amafika ku nyumba kwathu agona mawu awoda azipita bwinobwino.
They have helped the government quite a lot. Like we're talking of roads, in terms of transportation, this road that we've done, they have helped in terms of economy of the country. For example, if you recall, in the past, it took more hours to travel from Blantyre to Lilongwe. But now after doing the road, people are taking maybe 3 hours, some even 2.5 hours to travel from Lilongwe to Blantyre. People are able to leave Blantyre and attend meetings in Lilongwe and come back the same day, which was not possible in the past.
This magnificent building is in the city of Blantyre. It houses the Malawi Blood Transfusion Services, MBTS. MBTS is the lifeline of health services delivery in Malawi, as its mandate, among others, is to meet demands for safe blood supplied in hospitals.
Currently, people are able to access the blood in this center that were constructed because now blood is being stored quite near to the hospitals. While in the past it was difficult to get blood when patients are in need of blood.
Before 2003, Malawi was relying mainly on hospitals to collect blood from family replacement blood donors. These blood donors are not what we call safe. After the establishment of this service, this is when now Malawi is getting blood which is tested in quality assured manner, and also even the infections which are tested here, we test up to
up to 5 infections, while in the past they could test maybe HIV and syphilis and stop there. But with the establishment of this, we are testing for hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and also with even the machines which we are using, they are high sensitive and specific machines which increases the safety of blood which we collect and supply to the hospitals. And the other success story is that Malawi is taken as a model as far as stand-alone transfusion services are concerned. I think Malawi is one of the few countries which have stand-alone hospital, stand-alone transfusion services, as opposed to the hospital blood banks. The service now is very, very efficient as compared to the hospital blood banks. And now we rarely rely on the hospital blood banks blood. Of course, we are not yet meeting the national needs for blood, but at least 65% of blood and blood products are provided by the Malawi Blood Transfusion Service.
Such a noble task requires state-of-the-art infrastructure. It was in view of this that the EU funded the construction of the facility between the year 2007 and 2009. Behind the effectiveness of EU project implementation, there is the highest sense of efficiency, transparency, and accountability regarding the transaction of EU-managed projects and programs.
The difference in the 11th EDF, it will be that the EU will concentrate on specific 3 sectors. That is sustainable agriculture, and then we'll have secondary education and technical and vocational training, which is 1 sector, and then we have governance sector. So those are 3 that the EU will be working on.
The government of Malawi will always remain grateful for the success stories that ordinary Malawians are showcasing as a result of the financial support provided by the European Union. For the National Authorizing Officer Support Unit, such milestones are an indication of services well rendered on behalf of government in its drive to reduce poverty levels, spur economic growth, and ensure that there is improved livelihood to all citizens. As the EU-Malawi partnership gears for the implementation of the 11th EDF, from 2016 to 2020, it is more work, so that more positive stories should arise from the development assistance that European Union provides to the country.